Since the founding fathers, the love of the land is something buried deep inside of us. It is our heritage, our history, our passion. And we are its greatest stewards. From the smallest blades of grass to the widest of nature's wonders, this is who we are. This is Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. Life on the Land is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors, the brand that sells the land. Polaris Off-Road, think outside. Winchester Ammunition and Firearms, the American legend. Cool, born in the mountains. And by Greeley Hat Works. We start with better bodies.
Welcome to Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. This week we feature properties across the Rocky Mountains. We'll start in Montana, where we take a look at a legacy ranch on the eastern slope of the Little Belt Mountains. Then we'll tour a luxury log-style home on 198 acres in the heart of Baker County, Oregon. Later, I visit an incredible Colorado ranch with mountain views, fantastic fishing, and all the amenities one could want in a world-class property. Lastly, we sat down with the founders of Hayden Outdoors to get to know a little bit more about the company. But first, I caught up with some of the Hayden Outdoors team members for a day at the range busting clays at one of Dax Hayden's listings on the Colorado Front Range. We got a pretty exciting week of life on the land ahead of us. We're gonna head up into the mountains and look at some beautiful mountain properties. But in the meantime, we're down here on the Front Range of Colorado at a listing Dax Hayden has, Bijou Creek Game Farm and Clays, and doing a little impromptu sporting clays tournament with a bunch of the Hayden brokers from here in Colorado from the Windsor office. We got them all together, have a little friendly competition, and see who comes out on top. I'm gonna get the Winchesters put together and we're gonna go out and have some fun. With a background in competitive shooting skeet, trap, and sporting clays has been a large part of my life, so coming out to the Bijou Creek property was something I was truly excited about. With over 973 acres of farmland and incredible wildlife habitat, this property is set up with multiple shooting stations throughout the farm, and it was the perfect venue to host a little get-together for the Hayden crew.
Once you hit the top of the hill over there, you have a choice, left or right, take a right, and then you'll finish out.
I think everybody's got a good idea what's going on. We got three teams. We got Team Dax, Team John, and Team Dan. And I know there's gonna be a little bit of a friendly competition between those three teams and to see who's winning and who's getting ahead and what the chase is gonna be like. So now we're gonna get out there, jump in the Rangers, and go bust some clays. Hey, hold on here, guys. It's just dawning on me that nobody put me on a team.
Right. You're a rover.
I'm rover.
You rover.
The most important part of the field.
And you go,
okay.
and you get to shoot.
I see.
At each person's. Wait, I thought this was a charity thing. He's not even going to shoot his own charity.
I don't even have a spot.
So I've never done this at all.
You've never done it? So do like a field goal, okay? So it opens up that pocket when you lift your arms, and this buttstock goes right in that pocket, okay? And then this hand comes to here, this hand comes to here. Your cheek comes down onto the stock like that, and then bend forward at the waist. We're gonna load you up. So when you pull, they're gonna throw this first target coming across here, okay? And follow it and put this little orange bead about a foot in front of it.
Pull.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So it's
Very nice.
the cool parts about this is Ashley and Sarah, like, they're the girls behind the scene that nobody gets to see, and they take care of all of us agents. I mean, we rely on them so much, and to be able to get them out here and let them have a little fun in the field and see a smile on their face, that's what it's all about.
Ball.
What do you think? Was it too bad?
No.
It's great, huh? Okay.
I was off.
Yeah, you weren't very close. We were having a great time getting started, but meanwhile, Team Dax was just down the course on another station trying their luck.
I get a test run, or you're not going to give me one of them? Oh!
There's our ringer.
There's our ringer. Okay, we can count those.
You can count those.
Here we go, team. Holy moly. Okay, I don't care who's keeping score, but whatever we do, Dan can't beat us.
We're over here with John and Seth's team right now, and how you guys doing?
We're doing good, yeah.
Breaking a few
Gals are
targets?
doing better than the guys, but
I imagine it's going to be a pretty close race right here. Nice. You're shooting pretty good too.
it's getting warm now.
Got a 5 and a 4.
Oh.
Just when we bragged on him, 0-0 on camera.
Sorry, Dan.
It was a blast bouncing around from team to team, laughing, joking, and cutting up, but I still got to pull the trigger. Nice shot. I'm not completely sure what you guys did to Dan while I was gone, but he's a man on a mission right now.
Pull it.
Nice.
Ah, nice shot.
Good shooting there, man. Good shooting.
Nice. Just one egg.
It was so much fun getting out of the office for a little bit. You know, that's one thing about the Hayden Outdoors group. We like to get together, have some fun outside of the office, and really get to know one another. And Bijou Creek Farm Game and Clays was the perfect place to host an event like this, and a huge thanks to them for letting us all come out and have some fun.
The Cimarron Valley Ranch boasts over 45,000 acres of land spread along the historic Santa Fe Trail in Colorado and Oklahoma. This ranch runs along 22 miles of the Cimarron River and supports up to 2,000 cows using rotational grazing pasture, turnkey ranching operations, and ample water from the river and ponds to stock tanks and 10 pivot irrigated circles. Excellent hunting for elk, deer, quail, turkey, and more are found on this rare contiguous ranch. Call Dax Hayden for more information or visit HaydenOutdoors.com.
This portion of Life on the Land is brought to you by Greeley Hat Works. We start with better bodies.
Now we're headed to Montana to visit with Agent Scott Schultz and look at a property that he has listed. The Red Hill Ranch, 1,000 acres from hunting to horseback riding. This property has it all.
The Upper Judith River Basin in Montana boasts a rich history of long-held legacy ranches. The Red Hill Ranch is no exception, with its 1,000 acres of varied landscapes that make it a classic Montana recreational and cattle ranch. The region provides excellent recreational activities, hunting, solitude, and livestock grazing. The ranch is named for the Red Hugh Cliff that sits high above the Judith River Valley floor, making for an unmistakable landmark. The ranch encompasses a portion of the cliff and surrounding timber and the high grassy rangelands beyond. The top of the ranch provides breathtaking 360-degree views of 7 different mountain ranges. A coveted feature of the Red Hill Ranch is the more than 10,000 acres of public land, either adjacent or accessible by an easement. These public lands are landlocked and controlled by only a few neighboring ranches. Mule deer, elk, and antelope are frequently found inhabiting the ranch and the adjacent public lands. The property sits just 44 miles to Lewiston, a quintessential Montana town that happens to be the geographic center of the state. The nearest commercial airport is 87 miles northwest in Great Falls. Billings and Bozeman, with their thriving communities and amenities, are both just over 150 miles from the ranch. Red Hill Ranch will surely inspire a sense of awe and must be seen to truly grasp its grandeur.
Now we're headed to Oregon to visit with Austin Callison and look at a luxury mountain home that's absolutely amazing.
I'm Austin Callison with Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Today we're at a beautiful home on 200 acres just outside of Baker City, Oregon, about 2 hours from Boise, Idaho.
Historically, we're looking right over the Oregon Trail. It just went right below where we're at. You're also looking at used to be the biggest cattle and horse shipping area. So there's a lot of Western history. This house didn't spare anything structurally. The front part of this has a huge I-beam that goes all the way around the front on the south side. Has great ceilings, probably one of the biggest chimneys around, all done by local guys.
Pretty much everything on the main level is the master, the kitchen, and the great room, but then you have a walkout basement downstairs, which the owner has used in the past as like a bed and breakfast.
This luxurious home is designed perfectly to capture 360-degree views of the breathtaking scenery and local wildlife. The first-level exterior is made up of natural stone, and the upper-level deck wraps around two sides, set off by a decorative iron railing. Indoors, enjoy magnificent mountain views from huge windows in the open living area. The open floor plan flows seamlessly into the kitchen and dining room, set off by natural hickory flooring and high open beam ceilings. The relaxing master bedroom with an ensuite bath offers the perfect place to unwind. The master suite opens onto a private deck with hot tub. This impressive home includes a self-contained studio living quarters, the media room with privacy door, a large office, workout room. There's also a bunkhouse room, outfitted with its own bathroom, propane fireplace, wet bar, and ping pong table. The home is heated and cooled by a highly efficient geothermal system, and the home has its own well and septic. This portion of Life on the Land is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors, the brand that sells the land. At Hayden Outdoors, we truly value our team of professional land brokers and agents. They are knowledgeable individuals, share our love of the land, and are dedicated to excellent work ethics and attention to detail. We are currently seeking experienced land professionals from coast to coast to join the Hayden team. If you believe you're a good fit, please contact us at 866-741-8323. We look forward to hearing from you. Greeley Hatworks has been making and recrafting hats for over 100 years. Since 1909, our high-quality materials and platinum customer service have set us apart from the other hat makers. We call that Hattisfaction. We make more than just cowboy hats. Shop our 970 fashion line or check out any of our many collaborations, including our collaboration with Anna V Outdoors. Hats made specially for life outdoors. Visit our store in Greeley, Colorado, or shop our selections of custom and ready-to-ship hats at GreeleyHatworks.com. Located in the sand hills of Nebraska, the Double Nickel on the Niobrara is an amazing ranch sitting on 7 miles of Niobrara River. A diverse landscape of grasslands, pine-covered hills, irrigated farm, and river bottoms provide an amazing combination of production and recreation. With over 34,600 acres, there are 13 center pivots and the ability to run 4,200 mother cows. Hunting is world-class for elk, mule deer, white-tailed turkey, and more. For more information, call Dax Hayden or Clay Owens or visit HaydenOutdoors.com. This portion of Life on the Land is brought to you by Polaris Off-Road. Think outside.
Now it's back to Colorado, just outside of Steamboat Springs, to a listing that Dax Hayden has, Trull Creek Ranch. This property has an amazing home, incredible fishing, and a lot to offer. You know, I've seen the video of this place, I've seen the photos, but you know, getting here in person, I'm in awe. It's an amazing spot.
You know, 10 minutes to downtown Steamboat and the ski area and that kind of thing, it's just hard to beat. Feel like you're out in the wilderness and yet right close to everything Steamboat has to offer.
So we are actually the ranch is 6.7 miles from the Steamboat Springs Airport. We are 7 miles from downtown. And Steamboat obviously is world-class skiing. Good people, great restaurants, great place to raise kids. I raised 4 kids here. The house is about 15,000 square feet. We have an indoor swimming pool. It was designed for a family. I have 4 children. And so I wanted a huge, big living area that was all open. Attached as part of that open area is another big room with a pool table. The kitchen is very big and open to all of that, as is the dining room. We have had, I was personally married there. We can easily fit 150 people. You don't even feel it. We have brought in a live band. And even with 150 people, there is still room in the main living area for people to be dancing on the wood floors. It was designed by an Aspen architect. I happen to love art, so it is full of some very nice artwork that will be staying with the home.
If you're into, you know, riding dirt bikes or mountain bikes or something like that, one of the coolest things I think about the ranch is this trail system that they have through the place.
You know, it just gives accessibility to the entire acreage, which is unusual in this part of the state.
We have trails all over the ridge. They were made by an engineer, so the trails are engineered for non-erosion. They were engineered for me, a beginning mountain biker in my 50s. Great for horses, they're great for backcountry skiing, jogging, hiking, you name it. We have a barn that is a steel barn, and we have an indoor arena.
Boy, Dax, you talk about a beautiful stretch of water.
Wanted to fish this thing my whole life. It's the Elk River's world famous, and right here next to Steamboat, it's awfully cool to see all this beautiful riverbed on this property. It's amazing. The fishing is outstanding, as you've seen.
This river is for the most part private, both sides, so the fishing is incredible. It's not overfished. It's a very, very private experience. This ranch in particular is different from many others in the sense that I own the property across the river as well, so no one would ever be able to build opposite you, thus, you know, keeping your privacy. We are backed up to Sleeping Giant. It was actually a mountain that was very sacred to the Utes. And we love being at the base of it. It's gorgeous, and on occasion we climb up on top. Well, we've got everything. We've certainly got deer and antelope, lots of elk year-round.
Yeah, it's a legacy ranch. The place has everything, you know, the stables and the indoor riding arena, and anything you want to do in this part of Colorado is available at this ranch. So it's one of the best I've ever worked on, and I love working with Beth, and she has a unique approach to this area and why she bought this ranch and why she's owned it so long. It's about family, and this is the perfect ranch to have a family come and enjoy everything it has to offer.
You never have to leave the ranch. All of your activities, you never have to pack that car with your skis, with your snowshoes. You don't have to trailer your horse anywhere. Everything that you could do in the backcountry, you can do on this ranch, and that's how we designed it to be. We have a lot of good times down here with people, and it's just a very special place.
This portion of Life on the Land is brought to you by Winchester Firearms, the American legend.
Wrap your hands around a Winchester Super X4. It's light on the shoulder and points and swings as smooth as honey butter on a hot biscuit. Most of all, it functions freely when the north wind blows cold. The fastest cycling, most reliable, best patterning auto-loading shotgun ever made. The Winchester Super X4.
Whether this is your office or your playground, you can always do with a little more time to make the most of every day. Introducing the all-new 2021 Polaris lineup. Each engineered to fit more into every minute and equipped with the industry's leading on-demand all-wheel drive system for instant traction, an integrated ride command that keeps an eye on the trail, hitch, and your group, as well as new LEDs that extend the day well into the night, because you get more out of your day when you've got more machine. Polaris. Think outside.
In today's world, massive exposure plays a huge role in the successful sale of your property. At Hayden Outdoors, we dominate the competition using our proprietary real estate marketing program. To learn about our full list of seller services, give our team a call at 866-741-8323 or visit us online at HaydenOutdoors.com. Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. This portion of Life on the Land is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend.
From the origins of Hayden Outdoors, there's always been one thing that's stayed the same, and that's family. Now let's sit down with Leo, Dax, and Seth Hayden and have them tell the story of how Hayden Outdoors got started.
I was born and raised a cattleman's son. I was in the cattle business with him for about 7 years, and then we hit a terrible snowstorm and lost a lot of cattle, and the market crashed. I had, in the meantime, married my wonderful wife, who's responsible for the company as I am, and her father was a horse trader and a cattle trader and a realtor. I needed a job, so I went to Hays, Kansas, and became a real estate broker. These two both went to K-State. I wanted them to go to Hays, but they wouldn't. But we had more fun at K-State if that's possible. I'm not sure it is. And Seth came back and helped me with the appraisal business. I branched into appraisal on my own.
And I had some job offers in Kansas City to go be a banker, and I felt like I should go back to Goodland. And I remember when I got there, I said, I'll give you 2 years to the day. Obviously that 2 years turned into me sitting here today, so it's been ever since.
I met my wife down at K-State. We had built a convenience store in Goodland, Kansas, and Dad and I were selling real estate. And when we moved back to Goodland, we bought a house there and lived there for several years. It was kind of a natural progression. We had a company come court us and help us grow at the time, and the opportunity had Kansas and Colorado involved, and so we moved to Colorado and started selling there. So the nice thing was we were still in the family business. The hard thing was we were left Goodland and moved to different areas, but it was necessary for the time, and it saw a lot of growth over the next years.
The biggest decision we made was to change our name to Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. And so once we got that brand, and all of a sudden we got to talking with one of our partners, Bill, and we got together with him and we added him, and he was licensed in Nebraska. So now we've got Nebraska, and all of a sudden we started having conversations of, we love doing this, how do we get more well-known and into more states? Some of our first brokers came off being at a gas station filling our truck with gas and say, what's Hayden Outdoors? And we'd tell them our quick story, and next thing you know, you added another agent. And it was just grown organically.
And now it's almost overwhelming, the growth. We don't have a recruiting platform. We don't send out letters, or we don't ask for people to come on board. And yet we're moving into Alabama, Tennessee, the Southeast. We just went into Missouri with some great folks. So we're in 21 or 2 states now, and we're pending several others, and it's all from organically growing through word of mouth. The bottom line is it's a lot of people doing the right thing in the right direction, pulling the same way on the rope. So it's been really fun.
I'd just like to say that I never thought we'd sell anywhere close to this much stuff. But then again, now it looks like maybe we'll do even better. So the guys are really working hard and they know what they're doing. The good thing about the business is you can watch your kids grow up and you can be there. And if you get lucky enough to do business with them, works out pretty good. Been a fun ride.
For more information on any of our great properties for sale, please call 866-741-8323 or visit us online at HaydenOutdoors.com.